What's up, everybody? Today I have something very cool. I had a customer drop off this vintage bamboo fly rod. He claimed that it's from the year 1880 or so. So that is pretty cool. It's almost 150 years old. Look at that. It has this cool wood holder. Gotta be very careful with this thing. So I'm gonna take a look at it, see what it needs, and fix it up. I think it's just a guide or two need replacing. Oh yeah, look at that one. Somebody tried to fix it with like some super thick thread that's just the totally wrong color. All the other guides are tied on with this red maroon silk. So I'm going to match that and fix it, and I'll show you what I do to do that. First, let me take it out of this holder. Just remove these rubber bands. Wow, this is so cool. Just remove each piece carefully. I'm gonna check if there's anything else it needs besides that one guide. So here is the tip section, or one of them. Apparently these old bamboo fly rods came with two tips. It's got like an extra 6 inches over the other tip, so maybe it's just to add a little length. So you can use either of those as the tip section. Those look to be in good shape. I don't see any issues with the thread. Check the middle section here. Again, no issues, everything looks good. This guy wants everything to be as original as possible, so I'm going to use the same color silk. I'm going to try to match that as best I can. And I'm going to use some really old varnish for the finish to match that. That section looks good. It's just the butt section that has that one guide that was repaired pretty poorly. So I'm going to have to peel that off. Yeah, let's get started. All right, so this should be a pretty simple job, but it is stressful because you don't want to mess up this amazing rod that's so old. So what I like to do to get the old thread off is I like to use a chisel. You can use a razor blade, but I find that I can better control a chisel, so I'm not going to chip this out or damage it in any way. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chisel and I'm going to go under one of these thread wraps, and I'm just gonna cut that thread with the chisel, just very carefully, and I'm making sure to do it on top of the guide so I can't damage the bamboo. Okay, so we're just poking through that old finish and that one piece of thread, and once you have that, you can just grab that thread and you should be able to unwind all of it. You can see it's taking that old finish off. It's like a really old varnish that yellows. So just carefully peel that all off. Do not try this at home, by the way. I am a professional. I repair fishing rods for a living. Just showing you the process because it's really interesting, and this is what somebody's going to do if you take a rod to them. Okay, it looks like that piece is tied under that guide, so we're just going to leave that, and we're going to grab that other piece, the other side of that thread that we cut, peel it up. There we go. Okay, I got that. I'm just going to release this guide. Yeah, that was really poorly done. I don't know who tried to repair that, but anyway, we're just gonna pull that old guide off. That thing is so cool. It's really cool to see how they used to do things before the modern guides. And then that thread is just stuck to the blank. All right, so I'm gonna have to scrape this old varnish off. Should be pretty simple. I'm just going to use the chisel and just lightly get under that varnish, and it should just flake off, come off in chunks like that. Extra careful. Look at that, it's coming off so well. All right, so I scraped most of that old finish off, just under where that guide's gonna be. There's a little bit that doesn't want to come off, so I'm gonna use some quadruple aught steel wool. This will just help us remove the rest of the finish without damaging the bamboo. So I'm just gonna go over that and get the little pieces that don't want to come up. There we go, that should do it. Now you can see that nice looking bamboo. We're just gonna put a little layer of finish on it now. And then once that's cured, we're going to wrap the guide back on and finish it up. All right, now that I got that all cleaned up and I got the old guide cleaned up, I got all the varnish off of that, I'm going to reattach it where it needs to go. It's really easy to line up the guides. You just line it up with the flat surface. So I'm just gonna put that right where it was. Put a tiny piece of masking tape just to hold it in place while we wrap it on. And put one here too. And there we go. That is perfectly lined up with the real seat, just because it is on that flat surface. All right, now we're gonna wrap this on with our thread. I'm gonna be using this dark red cranberry colored silk. Just gonna start that like we would with any rod. And this part might be a little repetitive and boring, so I'll speed this up. That's looking pretty good. Now that we got those wraps done, we're going to apply the finish. So for the finish, I'm going to be using some old varnish. I left it out for a while so it got thick, so that it can coat the threads better. I could have done 2 coats, but this stuff is expensive, so I decided to just thicken it up, so I would just need 1 coat. So I'm just going to soak that into all the threads. And we want that to go onto the bamboo as well. So I'm just gonna take my time here. Really get it in there. And then I'm gonna put some onto the blank as well, so the bamboo will be protected. And normally I would do this as smoothly as possible, but this guy wants it to look original. So I applied the finish to look a little rough, so it looks more original, to match the old finish. And there we have it. That is the finished product. I blended the finish with the old finish so it looks nice and smooth. And it is ready to be fished for many more years. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.